Welcome back to our sixth tutorial. In the previous tutorial, we went over how to add functions to our contract. In this tutorial, we'll be going over how to add our contract to the Rinkeby Testnet. The Rinkeby Testnet is the test blockchain for the Ethereum blockchain, so you will get a chance to test your project out in a real-world working environment. We'll go into all of those details in this video. But before we get started, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe so that you can stay notified every time we drop new content about NFT game development. All right, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is open back up our Atom and move back into the directory that we were working in. As you can see, I'm back in my example directory. I currently have open my example1 Solidity file. If you look over here and look all the way at the down, you'll see a Truffle config file. This is the file that we'll be working in today. We're going to set this file up so that it can connect to the testnet. We'll be using the Rinkeby Testnet. Once again, that is the blockchain, the test blockchain for the Ethereum network. And I am going to show you how to deploy to that network in this video. If you look in the description, you'll see that I have a link where you can gain access to this Truffle config file. If you do not wish to retype it, you can just copy and paste it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't really change. The only thing that really changes is the network in which you'll be deploying your contract if you decide to change the deployment. Right now we have a mainnet and we have the Rinkeby and we have the development. If you are using a local blockchain on your computer, we won't be doing the local blockchain. We'll be going straight to the testnet. So to set up this file, we're going to open our command line, CMD, and we're going to install the Truffle HD wallet provider. So what you want to do is you want to go to Google. You're going to copy this. For you probably are going to just type it. So I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to type in Truffle HD wallet provider. And you want to use the one that says @Truffle/HD wallet-provider, no package manager. All right. Then you do not want to use the latest one. It's a little buggy. You want to go back to using the more stable version. So click on versions and go down to 2.0. Click on that. And then right here is the installation for the 2.0. You want to click on that. It's now copied to the clipboard. And then we want to go back to our Truffle. And I'm going to paste that in there. And that's going to install the Truffle Wallet HD Provider 2.0. Now that that's finished installing, I'm going to go back to my Atom. If you go to the node modules and scroll down to right here where it says @Truffle, you'll see that the HD wallet provider is now installed. Next, you're going to download the Truffle config file that's in the description. And when you open it up in the Atom, it should look like this. You should have the HD wallet provider and it's reaching for the required information. It's going to ask for a secret. We're going to create that file in just a second. And then it's going to ask for the Rinkeby address. This address can be found in your Metamask wallet. And go down to settings, networks. And right here you have Rinkeby Test Network. You want to just copy this RPC URL and make note that we're on chain 4. And we're going to go back to our Atom. And right here, you want to paste the Rinkeby. I already have it. You'll need to change it to your RPC address. And then you're going to make sure that this is on 4. If you've downloaded my Truffle config file, it should already be set to 4. If you're typing this out, you're going to make sure that this is set to 4. Confirmations 2 and skip dry run is set to true. Next, we're going to create our secret. Let's go to File, New File. Then go File, Save As. And you can just save the secret right here in the example folder right next to the Truffle config. And we want to name it .secret and hit save. All right, then you want to open your Metamask again and go to Settings. Go down to Security and Secret Recovery Phrase. Then you want to reveal the secret recovery phrase. Remember, never share this phrase with anyone. So my phrase will be blurred out for this tutorial, but you can still follow along with me. All right, I'm going to copy my phrase to the keyboard. And then I'm going to paste it into the secret file and hit save. And then I'm going to just close that out. We don't need it anymore. And what this will do is when the HD wallet connects to the MetaMask to deploy it, it will be able to deploy it by using your mnemonic key phrase to connect to the Rinkeby Testnet to deploy your contract. All right, now we need to go to Google and grab some Testnet ETH. So we want to go to the Rinkeby faucet. So go to Google and type in Rinkeby faucet. And here is the faucet for the Rinkeby. We'll click on this and then follow these instructions down here below. In order to get the Testnet ETH, you'll have to make a tweet using the tweet request. Then you'll copy the URL to the post and you will validate that URL request right here. And then the Testnet Ethereum will be deposited into your Rinkeby account. As you can see here, I have 12.45 Testnet ETH. This is not real ETH. It cannot be used to make a real purchase. It only runs on the Rinkeby Test Network. All right. And once you receive your Testnet ETH, you want to go back to your Atom and go to the migrations. So we're going to just open up this initial migrations. This will deploy the migrations.sol contract. We need to make another migrations file in order to deploy our example1.sol contract. And when we deploy these, we want to deploy them in order. So we're going to number them before we name the actual file. So I'm going to open this so we don't have to rewrite all of this. It's already structured right here in the file. We're just going to change from migrations to example1. So I'm going to first save this. So go File, Save As. And then we want to say to contract migration .js and hit save. So now you see we have the 1 initial migration for the migrations.sol, and we have number 2, the contract migration for our actual example contract. And what will change in here is going to be the name of our contract, which is example. So you want to copy example, not the name of the contract, it's the name of the actual contract within the Solidity file. So you want to copy this exactly how it's spelled. So copy, Control C, and then come in here and we're going to just change this to example, 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 and hit save. And that's ready. All done. Next, we want to go to our command line, and we are going to utilize the Truffle commands, and we're going to do Truffle compile, and that should give us no errors when we compile our contracts. All right, looks like we got a small error. That's no problem. We can just go back to our file and update that. It looks like we forgot to put a parenthesis there. Let's save. Try to compile it again. Alright, it's saying that it can't find this. Make sure that we spell everything properly. ERC 721. So we forgot to put in ERC 721 / Alright, let's try to compile that again. Let's do Truffle compile. Alright, looks like it compiled with no errors. Now we're going to migrate it. We're going to do Truffle migrate network Rinkeby. And depending on your internet connection, this could take a second. It's already starting. All right, because I deployed this contract before the recording just to test it out, make sure everything was working, I'm going to have to make a secondary contract migration file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this again as number 3, contract migration.js. You should be just fine with number 2 if you haven't already deployed your contract. If you want to deploy it again, feel free to do so. All right, we're going to do Truffle migrate network Rinkeby. And if you're deploying your contract for the first time, this is what you should see on the screen. All right, it's starting to migrate. Network name Rinkeby, network ID 4, the gas limit, and right now it is deploying the 3rd migration contract, and it has already successfully done that. Here is our contract address right here. We can copy this, and we could go look at our contract on the Rinkeby Etherscan. Then you want to go to Google and type in Rinkeby Etherscan, and right here you will see there's the Rinkeby Etherscan, and you should be able to put your contract address right in there, and bam, there it is. Here's our example contract that we just deployed. You have just deployed your first contract on the Rinkeby Test Network. If you love the content that we produce and enjoy learning on how to turn NFTs into games, visit our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/NFT Game Devs and share our page or buy us a coffee. Every donation goes towards creating free content so that you can continue to learn how to be an NFT game developer.